All right, everyone. Well, thank you for listening in. I know this is a lot of you in Vision Forward Realty watching this. Some of you are watching this because you're checking us out and you're watching us on YouTube. But this is how to, at a low cost, create your own Google ads to get website leads, but also really boost your search engine optimization, which is allows you to naturally pop up in certain searches. So for those of you who create sub landing pages of your own domain, maybe you've linked a blog through WordPress with your subdomain, or maybe you've purchased your own domain and you're doing a lot of this same stuff, right? You have a blog page, you have whatever. When you're creating that type of content, those keywords that you're typing out in your blog or in some search result or whatever it might be in those sub landing pages is going to naturally pop up first. But one of the main things to do that is to also run a little bit of ads to really boost up your relativity. That's not the right word, but whatever, right? Google wants to know that people like to go to your website. And so the more traffic you get to the website, the more likely it is that your blog post will start to show up as well. So for those of you watching in, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And so to start off, we want to go to our Gmail account. So for those of you with Vision Forward Realty, we tell you to always create a Gmail account. If you want to purchase your own domain, I would just do it straight through Google. You could literally Google how to do that. But it's a lot cheaper than going through Wix or GoDaddy because you're not necessarily needing to build out a website. You're just purchasing a domain and then adding on an email to it. But that email is going to be a Gmail. And then you essentially, if you have Lofty, so we have Lofty, which is our pretty high-tech CRM. The nice thing with Lofty is you can also, for an extra $40 a month, connect your domain that you just purchased and have access to all of our website templates. It is an extra $40 a month, that you have to pay directly to Lofty. That's up to you if you want to do that. I would say that, maybe long term, sure, I would look at doing that. But if it's going to break your marketing budget now and you're just really getting started, stick with the free subdomain that we pay for you. It's still all branded to you. You have access control of it. So it's not like we're doing anything. I probably couldn't even figure that out. But anyway, you're going to go here to the 9-dot thing and you're going to scroll down to the Google Ads. Now, when you click that, it's going to prompt you to create an account. And it'll walk you through, the organization name, which you always want to make sure that you do put the brokerage name, right? That's the one thing in California is that it is the brokerage name, but this is your website that you're promoting, and these are going to be your leads. So you just want to make sure that it doesn't seem like you are your own brokerage. So you just put Vision Forward Realty, your name, and go from there. And then what we're going to do, sorry, I'm on Zoom, so I have to kind of click around a little bit, is once you've signed in, it's going to, and if it's the first time you've signed in, it will direct you to create your first ad. If you've created an account and then you step away and you log back in, then you're going to create a campaign, right? So you'd kind of be in this all campaigns area. You're going to click new campaign. But here's the campaign that I have going on right now. Actually, yeah, let's do that. We're going to look at new campaign. And then, right, you're going to still type in the business name, or you can have a current campaign and you can create just a new website, right? So I did Roseville Homes, few performance details, but essentially what you're going to do is I'm going to come back over here to Lofty. And I am going to create a subdomain, a landing page. And so this landing page, right, I could do feature a listing. So let's say I wanted to run some Google ads on a listing I have. Really, I like this one, which is the listing search campaign. You could do lead registration form, and you can base it off whatever. You could make a featured area page where it talks about, Roseville, California, which is where I live in. We have great schools, a lot of new construction. We're a big food scene. We've got this giant mall, right? And so I can do stuff like that. I can create this listing search campaign. which is essentially, it's just a landing page based on a search. So I had created one for the Roseville and Folsom market, right? And then I can edit this. Hold on 1 second. And so this is the landing page, right? You can create however you want it to really look and feel. You can edit things. The main thing you want to edit is you want to come down to the SEO, or which is right here in the settings part. But you want to make sure the URL, so it's the sub part, right? This is that where it tells Google this is a landing page. You want it to be what it is, right? If this is a Roseville and Folsom market, you know, I would do Roseville, Folsom homes maybe, but that's what people are going to see. And so if it says something weird like your name, like Cameron Ripley or whatever it is, you know, I think people are less likely to click on it off of Google. But listing detail page, you know, you can require, you know, based on views, you can, you know, trigger for them to pop up with a form. You know, do you allow the form to be closed? I say yes for mine. And then, you know, what kind of lead is this? So for yours, it's not going to be, you know, it should be private, but it's only going to go to you. You know, assign lead via routing rule. And so you got to make sure you have rules, but for you, it's going to be directly assigned. So it goes directly to you. You will make sure you want to put a tag. And so I do Google paid per click, PPC. The main reason is I want to be able to search all the leads that have come through these Google ads. So if I put things like, and I can add notes, right? So if I run this campaign and I put things like these homes must go, right? I'm going to put higher price range and I'm going to put the price range that it's searching. If I create another subdomain or another landing page where essentially it's lower priced homes, or maybe I do investment properties and I base this search on that, then I'm going to add that in the notes. I want to do anything I can that when the lead comes in, I know exactly what's going on. Because what's nice is I can also create triggers. So yes, they get a welcome email. I could do a welcome text as well. I can also go and create a smart plan that essentially, or drip campaign, whatever you want to call it, that when any lead comes in that has a tag Google PPC, and I could create another tag that says investment property. So Google investment. And so it immediately will send them emails about different loan products like DSCR loans, you know, whatever it might be. Then this is the really important part. So Lofty will try to create a meta page for you and a meta description. I would definitely change that to something else. So this is essentially when people are searching for things on Google or other search engines, this is what they find, right? So I want to put like, what is it someone's going to be searching for? Roseville homes for sale, Folsom homes for sale. I could add more if I want to. And same thing with the description. I'm telling them this is what, you know, what it is. And then I just select an image that comes with Lofty. You have to make sure that whatever image you're using, and this is kind of what pops up on Google searches, is an image that you have permission to use. I like using the chatbot, of course, and yeah, we can do SEO test, we can do style, but essentially once I've created this landing page, right, I can go over here to add a block, and I can do, where's calculator, and come over here to the mortgage calculator. I don't want any spacing. Right, I can add all kinds of this stuff, like what are the interest rates going to be at? Oh, definitely not 3.8. Let's do 5%. Peak people's interests. And we'll leave out some of that stuff. If I scroll down, it's not letting me scroll, I can check that out. So then what I do is I copy and paste that URL, and then I'm going to come back over here to my Google Ads account, and I'm going to go ahead and add that into as the domain. Now, then you can pick keywords. Remember, any keyword is something that has to do with what people are going to search for. If you really want to get good at, you know, spending a lot less you want to run ads that are very niche market. So new construction, create an ad about new construction with pools. Add a little form in there that says, did you know that you can get financing for a pool with new construction? Because we do know that there are lenders out there who will allow you that when you're buying new construction to also get a loan that finances the construction of a pool. So they can buy new construction from the builder and also have that in place that when the builder is done, or even right when they're done, and you can always negotiate with the builder that they put in, that someone else comes and puts in a pool, it's all financed. But right, I want to put stuff like that because that's what people are searching for. And it's like a niche category that I don't think most people create landing pages that it's Roseville homes for sale, right? And it's going to be a lot harder to compete with a smaller budget, unless if you're putting in thousands and thousands of dollars. I can do things like, low down payment investment properties, right? Or apartment complexes for sale or something like that, right? And Google actually will ask you and it'll suggest keywords that says things like that. And so those are the key ones. Now with Lofty, there is a page under SEO test where you can put in certain keywords and it'll tell you if it's good, if it's bad, why are those keywords good, and different things like that. And it gives you suggestions based on what you put in, like, yes, this is good because it'll show up in 2,000 search results. This is good because, right, and you do want to get niche with it, but you can also test it, right? I can do, $100, $100 a month with one website link, and then I can add on next month another website link for another $100, at least for another month, right? And just they call it a split test, right? I want to see which one performs better with what keywords. And that's how essentially you would create those landing pages and run your own Google ads. The problem with going through a lot of other companies like Lofty, when you pay for leads with them, is they're going to tag on a management fee, and they're going to also tag on a lot higher of a spend requirement because they don't want you to get frustrated, right? It is true that the more you spend, the more likely it is you're going to have success. But if your budget's low, right, you might as well stick with something. And just kind of play around with it, right? But you have to be able to look at this as, what's my long-term game plan with this? I can't spend $100 this month and then cancel it next month. I want to be able to stick with it. On the back end, if I'm going to spend $100 a month or 200 or 300 or 400 or 500, on the back end, I want to make sure that I'm doing everything else I can to really boost the search engine optimization. So adding more landing pages with blog results, adding more content, but also sharing my link with all my social media profiles. I just want to do everything I can that helps boost the relativity, or whatever that word is. And it'll just help improve the ads campaign that you're running. So hopefully that helps.